I'll be back in 10 minutes when I'm done eating this.
And welcome back to the Silly Kitchen. Here in Canada, where I am, Thanksgiving is just around the corner. And typically families get together with their extended families and have turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and all the fixins. But this year, Thanksgiving might look a little bit different. Smaller bubbles, smaller hangouts, maybe you're staying home. So, that being said, why not maybe try something different? Still turkey inspired and themed around the flavors of Thanksgiving, but a little different. How about some turkey and cranberry salsa tacos? I mean, that sounds good to me because I like tacos any day of the week. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. Give me tacos and I'm happy. So this is gonna be a bit of a two-parter. We need to make the salsa first, and then we'll go to the turkey and building of the tacos. So let's start with salsa. What are you gonna need? Well, you need some cranberries. I just buy a bag of the fresh stuff. Let's get yourself a jalapeno, or if you like hotter peppers, you can use something spicier than that. An apple. Now, cranberries are very tart, you and I know that. So get yourself a sweeter apple, a Honey Crisp, a Gala, something that isn't on the tart side of things, okay? A whole lime, and we need a couple tablespoons of sugar as well. You can use cilantro or flat leaf or curly leaf parsley for your herb. Here we go. So let's start with the salsa and our cranberries. Try not to spill them all over the place. Now I'm using a separate cutting board, a little plastic cutting board, because I don't want the cranberries to stain my wooden cutting board. So we've got a nice bright teal thing going on here. And you're just gonna give these fresh cranberries a cut into, I mean, imagine you're making regular salsa and you're cutting tomatoes into these little squares. So just give them a little cut and into a bowl they go. This is gonna take you a little bit of time to do because there are these tiny little cranberries. So let me just fast forward through this and I will get these all chopped up. Okay, well that only took 20 minutes. I'm just kidding, it only took 2 or 3 and my fingers are a little pink, but that is okay. All right, all of those pieces of cranberry now can go into a bowl. Whoop, one little guy went flying. Okay, depends how much or how little you want to make, but that is the amount of cranberries I'm dealing with today. Next, you've got your apple, so let's do some slices all the way around so that we can get some nice cubes on this apple as well. Again, kind of try to get the same size cubes as your cranberries as you would making any kind of salsa. We want them to be kind of small and uniform because we're gonna be putting this on tacos and we're not cooking this. This is gonna be like a fresh salsa. All right, let's get these cubed up. All right, and there we go with the last of it. All of these beautiful apples join the cranberries. Oh, I missed one. Join the cranberries. Let me keep going here. Okay, there's only 2 ingredients in the bowl, but I have to mix it because I have a stirring obsession. If you haven't guessed already, we're gonna do the same thing with the jalapeno. Now, normally I would tell you to wear gloves cutting any hot pepper, even jalapeno, the mild ones, but I forgot to get gloves and I don't have any, so I'm just gonna try to be really careful and then not touch my face or any other part of my body after chopping these. Now you want your jalapenos to be sliced and diced a lot smaller than your apples and your cranberries because we don't want a big spicy bite in our mixture here. We just want it to add a bunch of flavor. Did something just fall? I have no idea. Okay, now I'm just making a mess. Here we go. Next step, let's get our herbs in there. So just give them a rough chop. I'm using flat leaf parsley because that's just what I happen to have. Like I said, curly parsley, cilantro, any fresh herb you've got that kind of falls in that category or that you really like the flavor of. Not everybody likes cilantro, so I don't always use it. Just make sure you've got a nice little chop on these so they get all around, and in the bowl they go. Oh, I love cutting herbs and working with fresh herbs because they're so aromatic. We are looking good already. It kind of looks like Christmas in a bowl. Well, I guess Thanksgiving and then the next step is Christmas. Okay, I'm just rolling out my lime a little bit. Get all the juices flowing. We're gonna want the entire juice of the lime. First thing is though, let's sprinkle this with sugar. Like I said, I'm using about 2 tablespoons here in this. And I mean, the cranberries are gonna be pretty tart, so you wanna use some of that sugar. But if you have alternative sweeteners that you like using, go for it. Your lime juice is gonna do 2 things. It's gonna add some delicious flavor, because I love lime, especially on tacos. So we're just putting it right into the cranberry salsa. It's also going to keep your apples from browning. That's always fun. You don't want a brown salsa, especially because we're making this so fresh and fragrant and beautiful. Let's keep it that way. All right, all that beautiful lime juice is in there. We are gonna give it that final mix and stir. And now we've made this first because we want it to sit for a little while to absorb all those flavors and really kind of get together. And then we're gonna go ahead and make our tacos while this just sits. If you are making this salsa the night before, put it in the fridge and keep it covered in the fridge. If you're doing it right now, like I am, where I'm gonna make tacos next, feel free to leave it at room temperature because I like it served at room temperature, so you kind of put it on top of your warm tacos and don't cool it down too much. But it also just tastes good at room temperature. All right, on to the next step. Okay, so now what's left to do is obviously cook our turkey. And I'm gonna be using Hader's turkey sausages, and I'm just gonna take them out of the casing and cook them like a ground turkey. I love the flavor. I always have these in my freezer, but you could use just plain ground turkey as well. And shout out to Hader's Farm. I love their turkey, so I use it all the time. And then get all your fixings ready. So I've got some grated cheese, some lettuce. Obviously I'm letting my salsa just sit and do its thing. And I've also got a little bit of mayo, sour cream mixed with sriracha to drizzle on top of my taco. Let's go cook the meat. You're gonna wanna heat up your pan and add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan, or butter. Turkey is a very lean meat, so you gotta have a little bit of moisture in your pan. Once your pan is nice and hot, let's get some of that sausage meat out of the casing and into our pan. A pound of ground is also perfectly good. Your heat should be on medium-high, and use your spatula to break up your turkey. Because I'm using the meat from the sausage, I don't really need to season this with anything at this point, but if you're using just plain ground turkey, you might want to add some S&P at this time while you're cooking it. Now, because this is a Thanksgiving-inspired taco dish, I'm going to make a little bit of a gravy flavor in here. So I'm using just that good old Bisto gravy powder, And I'm just gonna add a bit of that all over my turkey. Now again, turkey is a very lean meat, so you might need to add a tiny bit of water into this. Don't worry, it'll just make a gravy and it'll thicken up and reduce. That's the word I was looking for, reduce. Make sure you give that another good stir so we can get that gravy flavor all over the turkey. Time to build our Thanksgiving turkey tacos. So let's go. I'm gonna start with 2. Let's make a nice little bed of lettuce on both my taco shells. I'm using soft tacos, but I mean, knock yourself out, whatever you want. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese on the bottom because I like doing that, because then when you put the warm turkey on it, the cheese is gonna melt. Okay, see what I mean? I'm gonna put some hot turkey on here. Don't worry, I'm gonna add more cheese too. Cause there's never enough cheese in my life. All right, we got some of that. Like I said, a little more cheese to melt on top. A little bite for me. Okay, let's add some of this beautiful cranberry salsa. Oh, it smells so good now that it's been sitting a little bit too. Oh, gorgeous. And for the finale, let's drizzle a little bit of my little sour cream and mayo. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just want to take a bite of it. I'm drooling. Okay, put this down. This is the beautiful Thanksgiving taco. Okay, the moment of truth. Does it taste like Thanksgiving? Even if it doesn't, this is looking real good. At first, it tastes just like a regular taco. You're like, oh, yum, a really nice flavored taco. And then you get the zing and the tart of the cranberries and a little bit of that lime and a little heat from the jalapeno. Oh, and there's the apple crunch. Okay, this is ridiculous. I freaking love this. I'll be back in 10 minutes when I'm done eating this. Okay, now that I've shoved one of those in my face and it was so good, I'm so happy with it. I wanted to show you one more thing. Some of you will watch this and go, oh yeah, Sylvia, I do that all the time. But some of you, this might blow your mind. So, on a soft shell taco, get yourself a little bit of cheese and a little bit of that ground turkey. Now put this in the microwave for 12-15 seconds and melt that cheese. Boom, cheese melted, turkey warmed up. Add a hard shell taco. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna build another taco inside of here. So more cheese, a little of that sauce, a little more of the turkey, and then our beautiful salsa. Cranberry salsa, who knew? A little bit of lettuce. Fold up that soft taco around your hard taco. And oh yeah. Whether you are making new traditions this Thanksgiving here in Canada, or you just want to try a different spin on a cool, delicious taco, Either way, this recipe is awesome. I hope you try it. I hope you stay tuned to more recipes coming on the Silly Kitchen at least once a week. And thank you so much for watching. Back to my taco.